starting and welcome my first guests, Ainsley Harriott, Penny Smith and Kelvin Mackenzie. First up tonight, Simon Cowell is rumoured to have signed up troubled star George Michael, here's today's son, to join him on the judging panel for the US version of The X Factor. The media moguls thought to have offered the singer a deal worth more than £1 million to feature on the show, which launches next year. George hasn't had the greatest year, what with a spell at Her Majesty's pleasure. But is he a good choice, do you think, Ainsley?
I think he's predominantly he's a rock and roll star, let's just say, or he's a pop star, and that's what they've got him on the panel for. And I think over here we might be a little bit concerned about it, but you know, it's the other side of the pond, so to speak.
Might give him a much needed boost, Penny, I'd have thought.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly, and he's a singer-songwriter. At least he's got the credentials there. Although you do wonder whether it is actually a singing show, The X Factor, because you know, I hosted a little carol concert the other day for Age UK, and there were all these kids from the Sylvia Young sort of drama school, and any one of them could sing better than those others. I mean, I don't know, was it me? I know I can't really speak, but
no,
I've
had this slight problem because I've been doing it every Monday on here, and I've had to try and be nice about people who couldn't sing, and it's been quite difficult. No, someone couldn't. Matt can, you know, the winner. Kelvin, what did you make of it? And what do you make of George, really?
Well, I mean, if he was in America, it wouldn't be a bad thing, was it? Because some of those rap stars, if they haven't done 20 years for killing somebody, they can't have a #1, can they? So I would have thought he'd be well at home. I think he'd have a challenge, actually, getting into the United States with his jail sentence. To start with, it was a drug-related driving issue, so I wonder... But they also say on there that Mick Jagger might be... has been asked as well.
I think that takes it up to about 15 people, I think, who were predicted.
Have you been asked, Alan?
I can't possibly comment on that, in case it prejudices the fact that he might. Now to the everyday routine that's left women feeling frustrated for decades. The battle to fasten and unfasten those tricky bra hooks. Well, tonight...
Do you mean it's a woman's problem or your problem?
Well, you could say that, I couldn't possibly comment. Tonight we're unveiling a potential, I hope not, a potential solution, the magnetic bra. Please welcome Rebecca. Now, does it feel all right to start with?
Feels great. I love it. It's really pretty.
Does it feel secure?
I'm a little bit worried how strong the magnets are.
You're not nearly as worried as I am. Because if we fade to black, can you point at where the magnets are?
They're here.
There, right.
Here.
Yes.
And just here.
And just there. And just without demonstrating, I mean, explain to me how easy it is to do and, more to the point, undo.
Yeah, it's quite easy. You literally just pull them off. Apart, yeah.
So is this an advance, Kelvin, in your book?
Well, the most of the women I know, I don't have to do the unhooking, as you know.
Oh, bless you.
They know you need assistance, presumably.
Exactly.
Penny, good idea?
Oh, no, can you imagine? That's the next James Bond, isn't it? You just know that he's going to get a watch that, as you go down like that, it's just fall off. Do you like that?
I hesitate to ask Rebecca to do the Barbara Windsor move. So very carefully, Rebecca, put your arms together over your tummy like that and walk quietly off, and thank you very much indeed. Now, Selfridges are selling the French lingerie Demont with fasteners that are replaced by tiny, almost invisible magnets. Sounds like fun for the guys and the end of an age-old problem for the girls. There they are, that's where you can buy them. My thanks to Rebecca. Now, a treat for you. Here you are, guys, just pass this down, easy. Have a sip of this, because this, pass it down, is the little-known champagne that's outselling Moet and Bollinger. Etienne Dumont, this is mine. Etienne Dumont is just £14 a bottle. It's been as low as 10, and it's available exclusively at Sainsbury's. It's sold 122,000 cases this year. That's up 82%. What do you make of it? You had a sip? What do you think, Ainsley?
It lasts in the mouth. I think the, you know, what you often look for with champagne is the kind of the bubbles, the way they rise, and of course, you know, once you sort of get it on your tongue, you play around with it a little bit, and it seems to work for me. It's nice. It doesn't taste like the cost that it actually is, because I know about this. I've bought some myself. It's very good for the price.
It's not sour. Penny, do you like it?
Yeah, perfectly pleasant. I quite like a beer, though, really.
Yeah, it's not bad. You know that champagne literally the actual stuff in the champagne bottle literally costs about 4p to make. I mean, It's all about marketing, and it's all about the thought process. It's not actually about the stuff in there.
Oh, I think they
well,
probably
enjoy it, because it's perfectly acceptable from our point of view.
Yes, exactly.
Now then, I'm moving on because I want to see what's in the Advent house tonight. Oh, now these. Look at these, ladies and gentlemen. These are some of the best-selling books of the year. But how would you like to replace this little lot with this? There we are. Now, this is the must-have present for this year, because I turn it on at the bottom, I think, like that. There it is. Well, you can see the screen there, right? The words come up here. I'm trying to get this right. Come on, Alan, you got it. There we are. There we go. Sales of electronic book readers like this Kindle, which cost £109 plus the case, have soared over the past month. For every 100 hardback books sold by Amazon, customers have bought 180 Kindle books. So are electronic books the way forward? Do you think so? Yes, no answer. That's all I need. Yes?
Hurry up.
No, not if I'm in bed.
Penny?
No.
Not if you're in bed?
Not if I'm in bed with him, then.
Yes, for about a third of the
Well,
book
it's extraordinarily good for on holiday, because this will hold 3,500 books and you can download them without any wires. But, of course, they will never replace a really good book. Ainsley, Penny and Kevin will be back later. In the meantime, my thanks to Ainsley Harriott, Penny Smith and Kevin Mackenzie. Time for some music now from one of the world's... Well, we're back, still to come, one of the most successful, iconic and talented music artists of our time. Annie Lennox performs a festive favourite, The Holly and the Ivy. And who will be hired? Lord Sugar's confidant, Nick Hewer, and one of last night's evicted entrepreneurs, Stuart Baggs, predict who'll win the battle of the boardroom on this year's Apprentice. But first, to the return of the so-called alpha male. Apparently, women are turning their backs on the metrosexual man who moisturises, enjoys mud wraps, drinks Bordeaux, and isn't afraid to reveal his feminine side. Liz Hurley has just demonstrated that women adore the rough and ready type like Shane Warne. So why are women so attracted to a man's man? Here to discuss are the ultimate man's man, John McCririck, Penny Smith and Kelvin Mackenzie. Penny, so why are you so deeply attracted to John McCririck?
Do you know what I think? I think women would love to have wall-to-wall Pepsi moments. They would love to have their man stripped down to the sort of like a low-slung pair of jeans, flat stomach, muscly forearms, riddling the pipes and doing a jolly good job of it and kind of get... But then the problem is that generally they're not the ones who kind of make you laugh or spout poetry or send you to the moon in the bedroom department. So, you know, what we end up with is perhaps... Sorry, I wasn't pointing at these two men. I'm sorry, that was actually a genuine kind of, I don't know, we kind of end up with a kind of hybrid. But that's what we actually, you know, but occasionally we pine for that. And that's why women, for example, romantic comedies are so successful. We like all that sort of stuff. We like the kind of, you know, the funny but kind of firm, kind of muscly,
like John
throw me
McCririck.
down the dance floor type thing.
John, I mean, man's man, are you...
You have to look at Liz Hurley. She is the queen of the Cougars. And she meets on a racecourse. I've always said, come racing and pull. Great place to pull on the racecourse. You can't do it at football, cricket and at Wimbledon because you're sitting together. Racing, you mingle, you socialise, you can go up to girls, chat them up, say what's this in the race card. And that's what Liz Hurley did with Shane Warne. Now, she's ageing, Liz Hurley. She's 45. She's got a... No, she is. No, Shane Warne...
Shall I karate chop him?
is a toy boy at 41, and she likes a bit of rough women, as you know, Penny, who go for... He goes for toffs. Doesn't she? Liz Hurley goes for toffs, Hugh Grant, and that kind of thing. Yes. Now, she's suddenly feeling she wants a bit of rough. Same as you
why
girls.
doesn't she go with Wayne Rooney if she can go really rough, then?
He's going with grandmothers anyway, so that's the problem. The snappers in Liverpool.
Kelvin, let me ring Kelvin. Kelvin, is it, I mean, it's true, or is it just a bit of tosh, this, then, really? That men don't really... women don't really want a man's man. They just want somebody who does everything.
Yes, well, that's the problem. They want us to be able to fix bloody three-pin plugs and paint walls and at the same time look like Brad Pitt. It's ridiculous. It's not possible.
I wouldn't mind betting that Brad Pitt hasn't changed a three-pin plug in blood.
No, I think the pressure on us is too much. I can't help being vaguely attractive to women. It's something that's...
I like the word vague.
Well, what's the issue there, then? I'll tell you what, the queue's not as long as it was, but there's still a queue.
Is it counted as a queue when there's only one person in it?
Yeah, so I think that women do want a bit of rough, but at the same time, the trouble is that women are basically cunning vixens. Well, they are, aren't they? They're never really revealing what's going on upstairs. Do you know what I mean? And so while they're...
I think some of the time it's probably because they don't know.
And also... OK, hold on a second.
I'm only playing devil's advocate.
I think sometimes, actually, you just want to have a bit of fun, and that's the problem. I mean, we don't know what's going on in other people's lives, of course, but sometimes, you know, you can get bogged down in the day-to-day stuff, and you just want to have somebody who just goes, come here, like that, and then just throws you about a bit, and then kind of leaves you slightly ravaged on the side.
Do you know, I'm so upset that tomorrow is the last programme in this series. It's the last time Penny Smith's going to be on this series, and I've missed my moment.
The person to blame for this is Germaine Greer, the female eunuch, raising women's expectations so high they now believe they're equal or above men. Yeah. And of course, men are demeaned now. If you don't get it up and keep it going for so long, they can go and get better. If you don't earn enough money, if you don't look after them. I always use this argument, never, ever buy a girl flowers, because a month later, if you haven't bought another bunch of flowers, oh, you don't love me anymore, where are the flowers? So this goes on all the time. Men are being demeaned by women. Now they're coming back, realising they need men.
Bless
Alpha
him.
men like
Here
me.
says a man looking like Deputy Dog with a pen.
And point, though, about regularly buying flowers rather than it falling away. You've got to keep being good.
I buy flowers. You know, I buy them for myself. No, seriously. Well, what are you laughing at?
When did you last buy your wife flowers?
When did I last buy my wife flowers?
You can't even remember.
I would say
right.
3 weeks ago.
Well,
3 weeks ago.
More
I took her out
for
for a trip. We went on a bus, and I thought,
So you've never bought your wife
Never
a bunch
bought a
of
present,
flowers?
never buy a present.
No.
But no, you buy a woman a present and it's the wrong colour, the wrong size, I've got that, don't want it. Booby buys, my wife, the booby buys whatever she wants when she wants. Never buy Christmas presents, never celebrate birthdays, never celebrate anniversaries. It's my rabbit, I call it my rabbit.
Yeah, we're like...
Yes, excuse.
But if you don't buy presents, you don't get into trouble. You buy presents, there's something wrong with it. I've got that, the wrong size, the wrong colour.
The reality is that women have a greater have a greater emotional intelligence than men do. Men are simple characters to be dragged around the room and told what to do. Right, and we accept that role. Yeah. We do. But what we want is the women to get into rather better shape than they are currently. All right.
And with John McCreerick as a role model for all us chaps watching. My thanks to John, Penny and Kelvin. Thank you very much. Don't believe it. Still out this Thursday tea time. 20 stars Nick Hewer and Stuart Baggs on keeping Lord Sugar sweet. And she's one of the world's best-selling music artists. The incredible Annie Lennox performs another traditional Christmas carol. We'll be back in a mo.